Hi, welcome back to Community Conversations. I'm Tina Howard. Today we have some special guests. You've welcomed them before and we'll see them again today. They moved into town a couple of months ago. It's Timmy and Tiffany Tutwiler from Tuxedo, Texas.
Hey, Tina.
Maybe I shouldn't have said where you were from. You mentioned last time that you were kind of trying to get...
Kind of a little bit on the lowdown. Well, we are just so lucky. This is 2 times on Tina's Town Talk for Timmy and Tiffany Tutwiler from Tuxedo, Texas.
That's 10 T's.
That's 10
10
T's.
T's is super lucky.
That is lucky. I do remember that your lucky letter was T.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And that you drove in your Tahoe carrying a travel trailer.
No, Toyota Tundra.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a
Toyota
pickup
Tundra.
truck, pulling travel trailer.
Pulling a travel trailer.
Yes, ma'am.
And that you had a terrier named T-Rex. Is that right?
True.
And yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. And at the time you were looking at settling, you had a couple of streets. You were looking at Tranquility and Terrapin Point. And did you ever decide?
Well, we're not going to talk about our address because we kind of left Texas in a hurry and we don't necessarily want them to know exactly where we are.
Okay.
We're still kind of incognito.
With the, okay, yeah, okay, that was, okay, so we're going to just move right along to, maybe you can tell us what you've been up to since you've been here.
Well, we've been to a number of different fun goings on here in Hart County.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's always something going on.
Yeah.
Since we saw you last. Let's see, that was it. That was in October, right about
Halloween. It was
Halloween.
around-
Tell them about the parades.
Oh, at Christmas time, we went to 2 different parades in Hart County. The first one was right here in downtown Hartwell.
yeah.
Floats, fire engines, marching band,
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
people throwing candy. And the second one, Lord, have you been to this place called Montevideo?
I have.
That Christmas parade, holy Toledo.
Fun,
It's
isn't
a
it?
world famous redneck parade.
Is it a redneck parade?
Well, they advertise
Well,
it as such.
they do?
All
Kind
the
of.
people were saying that's what it was.
But anybody can come and anybody can be in the parade. It's like, you just wake up in the morning and say, I think we should go maybe decorate our tow truck and
Get on out there in it.
throw candy and well, what was our idea for next year?
Well, first of all, we got so lost because it's in the middle of absolutely nowhere.
Well, if you don't know, Bull Snort is not on Google Maps. so
It's like a crossroads, really.
Yes.
But we saw all the hundreds and hundreds of four-wheelers and the horses and the tow trucks and the septic pump out trucks.
Yes.
And the trailers all decorated up.
And the tractors.
Yes.
Tractors.
So we knew we were in the Shriners Club little short trucks and stuff. We knew we were in the right place. So we parked our truck right over on the side of the road and got right there in it. It was so exciting. And we decided next year we're going to be in it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 8 prawn reindeers out of paper mache and put them on the front.
It's
and
true.
then we're going to get Timmy's going to drive the truck. He's going to dress up like Santa Claus, and I'm going to get up on the back and twirl my fire batons.
I think I would come see you.
That's
That
going
would be so fun.
You know, they don't have a winner, but everybody's a winner in a parade, I believe. I
That is
haven't
true.
been in a parade since my majorette days in high school.
And another part of next year, our prawn business is just rocking and rolling right on
You
along.
mentioned the prawns when you were here before that you were having did you start your prawn farm?
Well, our big idea I think is gonna be the biggest winner. People were throwing candy and toys and whatnot at the Montevideo parade.
Sure.
We're gonna barbecue our prawns and fling them out to the crowd as we
We're
go
going
down
to get
the
some
road.
practice on our prawn throwing skills before we go out there, but we're going to learn how to aim them, and we're going to throw people some barbecue prawns. Everybody likes barbecue
Everybody
prawns.
likes barbecue, and
yeah.
they'll like barbecued prawns. Yes, ma'am. Sure enough.
Are you going to still do a television show too?
Well,
It's still in the planning phase. We're working on that. We've kind of been trying to diversify our portfolio a little bit with some.
we got some location collaborations we're trying to do with some folks. Tell them about that farm.
Oh, the farm. We're working on a partnership with these people out towards the Livonia Speedway and Crossroads community, and they have got a hypochondriac lettuce farm.
Oh, Lord have mercy, Timmy. It's not a hypochondriac. It's a hydroponic lettuce farm.
Well, I get those two things confused because, I mean, they both start with hydro and
Lord have
Well, the
mercy.
lettuce farm. I know
You
the
know
lettuce
why?
farm.
You know why you do that? Why you get them confused? Because that neighbor that we had in Texas.
back in Texas, they were growing the hydroponic funny stuff that helped
Wacky
their
weed.
mama who had the hypochondriac.
Yeah, helped her with all her ailments, but they
She was-
don't do it no more because they got in a little bit of trouble. But they were growing the wacky weed out there in their hydroponic
Oh, they were
farm.
growing.
But this doesn't. Now the one here is not like that at all. They're growing
not.
lettuces, and they have
lettuce.
some of the most gorgeous lettuce. Some of it is red with curly edges, and it's absolutely delicious.
Spicy lettuce. It's arugula.
Arugula, and they've got that water stuff. What is that called? That crunchy little tiny leaf, watercress.
Watercress.
Well, I was talking to the woman that owns it, and she said that they sell a lot of places, not just here in Hartwell, but they also they supply it at Market 50.
Oh.
And
Local
at-
restaurants.
What is the other place? The club, the country club. What's the club?
Oh, Chinka cheese.
Katichi.
Katichi, I'm sorry,
They
I
give all
get
the
it.
lettuce for Katichi, and they have a salad bar now out there at Katichi, and they have that
saw
lettuce
that.
right
We're
there
still
at
trying to get our
Katichi.
prawns out there at Katichi.
Well, I
just
had the
don't
salad bar this week at Katichi. It was really good. So the hydroponic lettuce farm is really good. I know what you're talking about now.
You know what? Tell them about how we learned about when we were researching what we learned about the aqua.
Well, we found out that with this aquaculture is growing plants in just the water.
Okay.
So
No dirt at all.
no dirt at all.
Very clean.
Just
And-
clean.
It's like a giant greenhouse, so it don't matter if it's cold or hot as blue blazes. It's
Everything
gonna be
still
fine.
grows. Just happy as clams. All them little lettuces in rows and rows and rows growing in that water.
About as big as a football field.
It's a biggin. It's a biggin. You know how everything's bigger in Texas? These greenhouses are biggins.
Big.
Slam full of lettuce. All the lettuce you could ever ask for. Well, we figured that maybe we could incorporate our prawns with their lettuce farm because they've got the water and the plants provide, well, our prawns, you know, when the prawns go to the bathroom, they would that bathroom product would help to fertilize their lettuce
That's
plants.
a real thing. Don't make fun of. That's a real thing. It's
They
called
grow
aquaponics.
tilapias and shrimp
know.
And I think if we did the prawns underneath of the zucchini, we could feed the whole world. Because you know how zucchini is. You got two plants and you got to give it away. Because you got so many zucchini.
Well, you're right. Squash and zucchini. Yeah. You grow.
So if you had prawns growing, fertilizing those zucchini plants
Well.
in one of their greenhouses, we could feed the world.
You're not wrong about that.
You know, Timmy, when we had zucchini in Texas, Timmy got so tired of the zucchini that he went and shot it up.
my lands.
Shot it up.
Shot it up. He went and shot it up.
With what?
With the shotgun.
With the shotgun.
He said, I am sick and tired of this zucchini. I don't want
I'll
another one
have
this
you know.
year. Well,
I'll have you know.
he got mad
I
about
got
something
mad.
I did.
I was just about up to here in zucchini. She planted 2 zucchini plants, and all we ate day after day after day after day after day was zucchini. Tiffany bought this sweet, neat little gizmo where she bought it off the QVC. I know how much you love the QVC.
I do kind of go crazy on QVC sometimes.
It hurts my credit card pretty good bit.
Yeah.
So she bought this gizmo on the QVC that you can take a whole zucchini and slam it down through the deal, and it comes out
you
looking like
wind
spaghetti.
You wind it like this. You wind it through there. Turn it, and it goes in there like that.
And it comes out looking like.
There's no slamming of the squash. You just wind it like this.
That's
it
why
comes
I
out.
stay out of the kitchen. That is your repertoire.
Comes out like curly spaghetti. Looks
Right.
just
I've
like
seen
spaghetti.
That. I have actually
Well,
seen that.
he was furious with
Oh,
them.
you didn't like that. It didn't taste good?
absolutely.
You didn't like it?
Making squash spaghetti, that literally was the straw that broke this camel's back. That contraption from QVC, and that much zucchini is a shock to somebody's system.
Is it
And
really?
he also he accused me of deceiving him by trying to put spaghetti sauce on what wasn't really spaghetti noodles. It was a squash. And he said, "What's going to be next, Tiffany? You're going to make sausage gravy and put it on a piece of zucchini and call it a sausage gravy biscuit."
Lord.
And I was like, "Well, okay." And the next thing
That's
you know,
when
he's
I
out there
got the
with
shotgun.
his shotgun. It was like zucchini confetti all over the place, and that was the end of that zucchini for that season. I was very
Yeah, you gotta be
disappointed.
careful about some plants. They're very prolific. Mm-hmm. So, well, that's interesting. So no more, no more zucchini.
No, ma'am.
Oh, just prawns.
Prawns.
You could marry the prawns with the lettuce and
Yes,
that
ma'am.
makes some sense.
Zucchini. if we-
Okay. What other things do you think you might do with the prawn farm? Any other ideas?
Well, we've got a little location collaborations going on that
Okay.
are sort of under the table
Okay.
because of the course very picky about where you put things like that. They
Oh.
were telling me it's invasive. I don't think it's that invasive.
Oh.
But anyway, we got to be real careful about where we put them, and we're talking to some different people
They are
about
strict.
some locations. But Timmy, tell them about the goat businesses that we're going to start.
Well, we were you've been to the new brewery, the Southern Heart
Southern
Brewery.
Heart. Yes, I have.
We were there the other evening, and we
Okay.
met the nicest young lady.
Okay.
Her name is Jillian
Race. Got the prettiest eyes of any girl I've ever
Purdy
seen.
gal,
okay.
lots of pretty gals here in town.
Okay.
And we found out that she works at South Hart Brewing Company.
Yeah.
And she's also going to Emmanuel College and majoring in agriculture
Yes.
business. Agribusiness is kind of what they call it, I
Isn't
believe.
that interesting?
For
that we
sure.
can do that now.
You know,
For sure.
agribusiness is short for agricultural business.
Kind of like J-Lo is short for Jennifer Lopez.
Exactly the same thing.
J-Lo's a pretty gal too.
And
got
so
pretty eyes.
Jillian works at Southern Heart and goes to school studying
Yes, but
agribusiness.
Agribusiness at Emmanuel College, but
real-
her specialty is goats.
Oh,
She's been showing goats since she was a
Little bitty tiny tot.
a kid.
little bitty girl.
Tiny tot.
She travels all over the place with those goats, and it's
Oh.
like she's going to the Westminster Dog Show, except it's for goats. And they win ribbons. But if they win real big, and she's got one of these, they win a great big old belt buckle. It looks like one of them belt buckles that they win when they're in the wrestling.
Oh yeah,
TV wrestling.
I've seen
So
them.
she's got those belt buckles.
So she's got
and
the big belt
She's
buckle?
got a big old belt buckle about that big, about the size of a bread plate.
Wow.
And it's all blinged out and everything. It's real. I would love to have one of those belt buckles.
Well, maybe you should be in the goat business.
We've got some goat businesses that we're going to look into.
Okay. Okay.
But she does all those goat shows.
Oh, that's
and,
cool.
She's got those old belt buckles, and it reminds me of the TV wrestling because
Oh, yeah.
Big Timmy, Little Timmy, they love to watch them some
We
TV
love
wrestling.
wrestling. Love
Oh,
wrestling.
they like to reenact them. Like
Hulk
they watch it.
Hogan, Tommy Wildfire Rich.
They watch them and then they reenact them. It's so much fun. And actually, we couldn't bring our, you need a trampoline to do that.
Couldn't
And
bring a trampoline from
we
Texas.
couldn't bring it because it wouldn't fit in the Tundra or the trailer
Yeah.
with everything else that we brought in a hurry like that. So
While we were practicing, me and little Timmy, we were practicing our wrestling moves on the neighbor's trampoline the other day.
Well,
the
now-
trampoline is kind of like a wrestling.
It was really fun. Timmy had on his costume he wears. It's like a bicycle shorts.
Oh,
And
Flames down the
on the side
sides.
of it, and then he's got the face paint. So they were in costume, and they were doing their wrestling reenactments.
on the
And-
neighbor's trampoline.
Yeah, but they were out of town.
Neighbors
We
were
didn't
out of
think
town. We didn't think they'd mind.
They got
And Timmy was just here for a short visit, so
Yeah, he was just
We had
here
to
with
get
the
in a
cousins.
little bit of wrestling.
They came real quick, and they had to go right back after that. A couple of days they had to get right back because the state didn't know he was gone.
Oh.
But we were out there having a good time, and we were just good, clean fun. Well, tell them how they caught us.
Have you seen these things that you can buy in Walmart? It's called a drone.
Yeah, I've seen drones.
It's got propellers on it, and it's got a camera on it.
Remote control.
A remote, you fly it around like a remote control plane or helicopter, except it's called a drone.
spy on things. They
And
were spying
They
on
were
us.
spying on us.
Some other neighbors were spying on us.
Oh.
They went and told them, and they wouldn't have known it was us, except the cousins kept yelling, "Go, Timmy! Do the Widowmaker, Timmy!" And then I was, you know, didn't announce the different rounds for the wrestling.
Oh.
I was in my bathing suit with my sign, you know, and my majorette boots, and I was walking around
Tiffany.
with my sign, and they had me on video.
Oh no, you can't do anything now without.
And they're like, "Go, Mama," and I'm like, you know, just good, clean fun.
And the neighbors got all huffy and puffy because they said that the trampoline is only designed for kids. And they were scared that
Little
the weight
Timmy
of...
though, little Timmy's a kid.
Well,
he was
he's
a kid.
adult.
I'm a
He's-
kid at
Little
heart.
Timmy,
He's
30.
24.
Oh.
I'm a kid at heart. Anyway, they got pretty mad at us, and so we decided that we were going to try and be neighborly and make it up to them by making some real pretty yard art.
For them.
No, our yard. So
Oh, in
they
your
could see it.
yard.
We
Beautify
offered some
our
for them,
yard.
and they said no, thank you.
Oh.
But we're trying to do some real pretty things. Tell them about the truck bed.
Oh.
That was so cute.
That is just a brilliant idea. You know how people have got flower beds?
Yeah.
Well, when I was at the scenic and quite aromatic Hart County transfer station the other day, there was a truck bed there. Old Ford truck bed, whole
somebody
truck bed. It was in the recycling center, and they say you're not supposed to scavenge there.
But you
every
wasn't
time
scavenging, it was a treasure.
It was a treasure. It was a
It
truck
wasn't
bed
taking
treasure.
trash. It was a treasure.
It was a treasure of a truck bed. So
People's.
little Timmy was with me. We put that truck bed in the back of my truck bed, brought it home, filled it full of dirt, and now it's full of petunias.
It's a truck flower bed.
Truck flower bed.
It's a truck bed and a flower bed at the same time. It's the cutest thing. I'm gonna do a theme out of it. I'm gonna like at Christmas time, I put me some Santa Clauses in a Christmas tree, and now I took the Christmas decorations off of it, and we have made a Mardi Gras tree. And then when that Mardi Gras is over, it's about time for Easter time, and we'll put some bunny rabbits, some blow-up bunny rabbits, and then we're going to put a palm tree. They got blow-up palm trees, and then we're going
Maybe
to
some
put
pink flamingos.
yes with the palm trees, that sort of summertime thing.
It's all for the benefit of our sweet neighbors.
Yes, and we're going
And
to put
tires.
like
We
yeah,
got
some
tires. We done
painted
filled
them
up the
real
dirt.
pretty. As a matter of fact, the tires is how I met some people that are in the community. I had painted up the tires real cute, like zigzaggy on the side, and some flowers and butterflies, and we planted the petunias in there and everything. And I thought, you know, there's an art gallery in town, and it's called Hang It Up Gallery. So
I love it. I love it.
so Timmy and I wheeled up some of our tires up in there, and I met the sweetest people, Kathy, Bryant, and Diane Geiger, and I said, y'all, I will let you sell some of these in your gallery. And they were real sweet, and they said, no, thank you, but because we can't fit them. Well, while
Thank
we
you,
were
but no thank you.
Yeah, but they were real sweet, and they said, you know where you can sell those things is at the jockey lot. So we took
That's
them
a
up to the
great
jockey
idea.
lot, and boom, they were sold like that.
Amazing
$5
place,
a
the
piece,
jockey lot.
Free tires, we got them free.
You can find
Out of the-
everything at the jockey lot,
well.
from birds in cages, puppies,
We probably can get some goats there.
socks, and that goats, that comes back to another part of our
Yeah.
we've got a 3-pronged business plan
Oh, do
to
ya?
go along
With the goats.
Oh.
Okay, tell them about the
our
goats. Go ahead.
3-pronged business plan. Well, the first part involves we're going to call it Tutwiler's Rent-A-Goat.
Oh.
So if, say at y'all's place, if y'all got lots of vines and honeysuckles and underbrush and
Kudzu.
kudzu
Oh, yeah, we have
and
kudzu.
briar patches,
Oh, yeah.
why we'll just string a one strand of solar electric fence around your property, turn out the goats, let them goats eat all the stuff there in your yard.
I like that. That's ecologically sound.
It's a great
Ecologically
idea.
sound.
Yeah.
And they also provide valuable fertilizer by doing number 2 in your yard.
Okay.
And
That'll
it
be
comes
for
out
the
in
big
little
goats.
comes out in little pellets.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Looks like bullets, sort of.
Kind of like bullets. Little bullet poo.
Yeah. Then have you ever seen a goat poo? It just shoots out. It shoots out like a little bullet. Boom, 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 boom.
Very similar to like operating a shotgun.
Sort of, but
many
not
pellets.
quite at the.
Many pellets at one time, not quite the velocity.
No, hopefully, gosh knows that would be a bad thing. Somebody could get hurt that way.
And so tell Tina about the second part of our goat business
Prong
plan.
2 is the goat parties. We're going to rent out goats for theme parties. Like for little boys, we'll have pirate goats. They're dressed up. I have a
Power
sewing
Ranger
machine.
goats, Spider-Man
I have
goats.
a sewing machine. I can make anything, and I'm gonna make Power Ranger, pirate goats, Star Wars goats with little laser swords strapped to their arms, so it looks like they're waving it around.
And for little girls,
Ballerinas and mermaids and whatever else little girls are involved in. And then for adults, if adults wanted to have goat parties,
goat party
they
for
could
adults.
have Mardi Gras goats and margaritas. You know,
Oh,
they could
I
have
like
like a whole
that.
theme party.
I like that thing. That would be good.
The only problem is I don't know if you've ever been close to a goat, but they smell like a goat.
Well,
They don't
do.
smell good.
have you heard that expression? Somebody smells like a goat.
Because they don't smell good.
That's
smell
where they
really bad.
get that expression.
Okay.
So we gotta figure out a way. We're gonna talk to Jillian because she knows about
knows
goats,
about
and I
goats.
bet her show goats have got smelling like a flower.
Oh, she probably bathes them.
Yeah, so we got to figure out how to bathe them.
Well, and the other nice thing is that we found out that our neighbors that got us in trouble
They
for
won't let
jumping
us
on their
use pool
trampoline,
for our goat bathing.
Oh.
they go out of town about every other week, so we're going to use their pool to bathe our goats
Oh.
in their
You think
swimming
that
pool.
would work?
Well,
They
the
probably won't
drones,
mind.
I
Oh yeah, the
think
drones
about the
might
drones.
catch. Then they might really get up. Well, we could always just shampoo them up,
Throw them in the back of
put
the
them
tundra,
in, take them on down to the boat ramp, let them go
rinse
swimming
them
and
off
rinse
at the
them off.
lake.
You could do that.
That's a
it's
good
not-
idea.
And you know what? If the Corps of Engineers has a problem with it, we'll just tell them they're our therapy goats.
Therapy goats. That is true.
They
That
have
is
to
true.
just get over it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they
That's a good idea.
Anyway, the third prong is, I don't know if you've heard about this, is the craziest thing I've ever heard about, but I've seen it on YouTube, and it looks like a lot of fun, and that's goat yoga. Goat
I have
yoga!
seen goat yoga
And so
on
you get
YouTube.
the little baby ones, sort of smaller goats, not the big billy goats. That would hurt. And they climb up on the back of you while you're in your like downward dog, and they walk around and hop around on you, and it's like magic finger massage.
Oh,
Except their hooves. Little two
So
tiny
then-
hooves
you
on
get
each.
right in there. With
It's
it.
like they're so cute when they're hopping around on you.
Well, that's a great idea.
Well, do you do yoga?
I do.
At the Y.
At the
So
Y,
could
I
we
do.
try it out there?
Yes, I think that would be fun.
Okay, is there a back door that we could like try it out real quick without nobody knowing and having to go through a whole bunch of paperwork?
Well, maybe. We
Okay.
wouldn't want to have to buy them guest passes or anything.
No, we just want to try it out real
Right,
quick.
Right. Okay.
See if it works.
Well, I think that's a good idea. It's a very solid business plan.
Yeah.
It's all the benefits of owning goats,
Three-prong.
but
Three-prong.
you don't have to own the goats.
And I
Without
do
those-
like goats.
We bring the goats to you.
I do. But now, I don't know about bathing them in the pool. That worries me. It might mess up their pump.
Well, we wouldn't do that. We
We'll
we
just
worked
take 'em to the
hard.
lake.
All right.
We worked
Okay.
hard. They're so sweet about our themed truck bed. They keep going, y'all really don't have to do that.
Oh.
And we're like, no, we want to.
So we
really
put
want
all of that beautiful yard art just right out the side of our house, which faces the front of their house. So first thing they see is
When they come
Tiffany's
out.
beautiful yard art and flower bed, truck
Sure,
bed.
they
And the
appreciate
Tires.
Everything real
tires,
cute
too.
out there.
Oh, well, that's good. Aside from making good friends of your neighbors, what else have you been doing since
Well,
So with the
trying to get the
holidays
dog.
and
we've been in the process. We're going through it's quite a lengthy process. We're going through the process of trying to adopt a dog.
Oh, from the
another
Humane
dog from the
Society?
Humane
that John
Society.
Metcalf, boy, she was grilling us with some questions, but she doesn't know us, and some people aren't good dog owners.
I was
Well, that's
waiting for
right.
a full cavity search in the whole 9 yards, but some folks in this community, it's a terrible, terrible thing that we have seen.
Yeah.
Some folks are cruel and they chain their dog
That's
up
right,
and
they
leave
tie
their
'em
dogs
up.
out.
Yeah,
In this day and age, it
It's
is a
a
shame
terrible thing.
that
It is
human
terrible,
beings
isn't it?
chain dogs up.
it's not right.
It is not right.
Timmy
And-
always says, "Get a bush."
or a tree. If
Or
you
a
wanna-
shrub.
If you want to
Like, you
chain
know-
something up in your yard, chain a tree out there. You don't have to water it. You don't have to feed it.
You don't have to pet it and play with it just because you don't need a dog if you're going to chain
Yeah.
it up and not
Yeah.
do anything with
A
it.
plant.
Get a
Plant.
tree, shrub, or a bush. Either
That's
one
right.
will work
I like
fine.
that. I like that. But now you want a dog. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We
okay.
do. We
And
do.
you
We
a
want another dog. We
terrier
had
or-
T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want
T-Rex is
another
going on.
terrier? Oh,
Well,
sorry.
we don't. We just want the right dog. We just got to find the right dog, and we got to make sure he gets along with goats. What we'd like to do is get a puppy and have him with the goats so that he thinks he's a goat.
Like them great big white fluffy dogs. It's called
Pyrenees.
a great Pyrenees dog. Pyrenees dog.
They're about the size of a full-grown goat.
They
And
are.
might think if we had one, he might think he's a goat.
He
Wouldn't that
might.
be? He might even start sounding like a goat or acting
that
like
be
a
funny?
goat. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes, I think that would be fun.
We could dress him up and take him on the goat parties.
Well, yeah, he could. Yeah,
I agree.
a great
I
idea.
agree.
I hope he doesn't dig in your tire planters, though.
No, we won't. Goats don't dig. I don't think
okay.
And plus the goats will be in the backyard.
Oh.
They're not going to be out in the front yard just roaming the neighborhood. Because you know what, those neighbors wouldn't like that either. I don't
No,
believe.
they
But maybe they
probably-
would.
They probably wouldn't. But that would be a good idea to raise the puppy with the goats. I think that would be nice.
He'd have plenty of company.
He sure would. Well, I hope I hope that your search for a dog goes really well. There's a lot of good animals out there available to be adopted from Humane Society and the Hart County Animal Rescue. So, two really good groups. So, what else? I heard that you took a subscription to the Hartwell Sun to find out more about the community.
We did.
Yeah, what do you think about that? What do you think about the Hartwell Sun? It's a good paper.
Well, it's
isn't
a
it?
good paper. There's lots of good information in
Yeah,
there.
that's
Lots of
good things.
stories that you just go, I can't believe that. But what
It's
we
always exciting to read a couple of sections.
Yeah. Which sections do you like?
We like to read what happens with the fire and
police
emergency
blotter is so much fun to
emergency
read.
personnel fire report and the police blotter.
My goodness. Well,
Tells
we're
about
gonna.
who's done got arrested by who for doing what,
Oh, good
where,
gracious.
and how.
That's our favorite thing.
Well,
Pretty exciting.
we're going to come back after a break, and we're going to talk more about the police blotter and the Hartwell Sun.
Fabulous.
Okay. And join us in a second.
Today, there are more internet-connected devices in the home than ever before. While these devices are meant to simplify and add enjoyment to our lives, they often increase complexity and cause frustration. Tech Home makes it simple to set up, protect, and enjoy new technology in your connected home. Tech Home includes anti-malware protection to ensure your devices are secure and your network protected. Easy-to-use cloud backup keeps your videos, pictures, and files safe. A password manager to create and remember your passwords. And even a network analyzer to make sure your devices stay connected to your home network. Our friendly and experienced technicians are available 24 hours a day to make your technology work together as it was intended. Tech Home helps you set up, protect, and troubleshoot your connected home. Contact us today and get the best protection and support available.
Welcome back to our second half with Timmy and Tiffany Tutwiler. And as we went to break, you were talking about subscribing to the Hartwell Sun and some of the more interesting things that you've read.
Well, the most interesting thing is the police blotter, and I actually went back into their archives because I thought they were so much fun to read.
Oh.
And I just think that sometimes you need to read them and then you need to end with the sentence, and they called the police.
Okay.
Like, Lord have mercy, people, handle it on your own.
Okay, read one. Let's see what you
Okay,
mean.
a woman on Tahoe Court reported her husband set fire to her palm tree. I need more information. Was it an inflatable palm tree? Was it a real palm tree? Was it a plastic palm? Like, that's just so funny.
This one's one of my favorites. This is from June 11th of last year. A woman on Robert Reed Road, it's 3 R's.
Robert Reed.
Woman on Robert Reed Road reported, that's actually 4 R's. Robert Reed Road reported cows damaged her child's sandbox.
And she called the police. What? Okay, more information is needed.
Was
Yes.
the cow trying to play in the sandbox? Was he trying to bury something in the sandbox?
What did he do to damage it?
the sandbox.
Did he?
Was he dancing around in the sandbox?
Did he think he was a cat?
Why was he
Could
in the
be.
sandbox? Like, ain't that funny?
That's a good question. Why was the cow in the sandbox? Okay.
Okay. A woman on Nancy Hart School Road reported her cousin came to visit her, but her husband thought she was seeing another man.
It was her cousin.
He called the police before he even found out who it was at her house.
It was her
and it was her cousin.
Called the police on
Wasted
his
time
wife's
of the
cousin.
police.
Time
And it was
and
her-
money when our
I
law
wonder if
enforcement
he
should be
apologized.
cracking down on drugs instead of worrying about cows jumping up and down in sandboxes. I
maybe,
like
yeah,
this one.
yeah.
A woman reported she accidentally drove her truck into the lake at the Big Oaks Recreation Area.
She accidentally drove her truck into the lake.
Why didn't she just call a tow company and not the police and get them out there involved in it? Did
This
she
is
want them to
probably-
write her a ticket for driving into the lake?
Probably the same woman from this article. From Sunnybrook Lane, she reported that someone put a pot holder on her windshield.
Says it right there in writing. She
Black
called
and
the
white
police
right there.
because there was a pot holder on her windshield. Get a real problem, woman. This is a good one. The department, this is a fire department one. The department responded to an authorized controlled burn at a residence on Liberty Hill School Church Road. It was found to be a small campfire in the yard with a lady sitting around it drinking wine. Word for word from the Hartwell Sun. Well, I want to meet that lady.
It sounds fun,
She
doesn't
sounds
it?
like a real nice lady sitting there by her
Campfire, drinking
campfire
wine.
drinking wine. Couldn't have they have walked down there and seen what was going on before they called the fire department?
Here's
Great
another
point.
one from the fire department blotter. Firefighters responded to a report of a man with his finger trapped in the windshield wiper motor on Cherry Circle.
Oh no.
The man's finger was safely removed from the windshield wiper with only minor injuries. I take it they didn't have to amputate that finger
You
to
can't
get it
make
loose.
this up. This
No,
is so
no,
entertaining.
and these are real,
They are
bona
real.
fide calls to the authorities.
Okay.
A woman, a deputy was dispatched to Old Mount Olivet Road in reference to finding a silver paddle boat floating around the area of his dock. Why in the world didn't he just tie it up?
He'd have had him a brand new paddle boat
Why did he
all
call
to
the
himself.
sheriff's department? Have the deputy come out there.
That just shows you how honest
And he
people are. in
called
this
the
community.
police. There's
That is
a boat
honest.
floating
As
here.
Timmy said, that's honesty.
An officer reported a man came into the office and said 2 men sold him 2 pounds of marijuana and helped him steal a vehicle in Hall County. The man said he saw the 2 other men following him, lost them by driving without his headlights on, and then he drove the vehicle into the lake.
It's in the newspaper. It's got to be real. They couldn't be making this stuff up just to give us giggles.
Right. So, but wouldn't he kind of be arrested himself? If
Right.
I guess it
I
depends.
guess maybe he hid the marijuana before he went into the police department.
good
I don't know.
gracious.
Maybe the marijuana was in the vehicle that he drove into the lake.
Oh, that makes more sense. You're right.
Here's a doozy. A woman on St. James Road reported someone stole 2 plastic containers from her residence. And She called
The police.
I mean, they could have been just forgotten, left in her refrigerator or dishwasher.
Well, you know, sometimes people will bring you food in Tupperware and you'll take the Tupperware back. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe somebody was returning a container.
Somebody stole her Tupperware.
This
Not
is-
even Tupperware, just a plastic container, probably.
This is one of my favorites because it's a two-part blotter.
okay.
It's from two different, it's 1 week after the next.
Oh.
A man on Bailey's Garage Road
Okay.
reported his neighbor had been harassing him by putting up signs and turning his lawnmower on at night.
Then tell them to read them the one that came after
Just
that.
the next week, a man right next to Bailey's Garage Road, which is Ridgeview Road, this man reported that someone undid the fuel line to his lawnmower.
Might they be related?
I
Might
think
those
not.
two people be?
Forensics
Yes,
investigation
yes.
there.
Well, that's what we're all about. All right. This is a one that you go, really? She called the police. A woman at Hart Terrace reported 2 men plugged an extension cord into an outlet under her carport.
Stealing her power. What did she do?
She called the police. Here's a good one. Fire personnel responded to a call about smoke coming from a home. It turned out to be steam from the rain.
Okay, that's a good one.
I mean,
Important.
that's sad. That's sad. People don't know have any common sense.
It's important to have our fire and law enforcement personnel, though. They keep us safe.
They do.
And the ambulance personnel.
That's right. And our first responders.
First responders.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
Here, read that one, Tammy.
Oh, this one we've had a lot of fun with. We actually blew this up and we hang it on our Christmas tree every year. A deputy was dispatched to Melody Point in reference to a stolen vehicle.
oh,
The complainant said that her car was missing. The subject said that another female had a set of keys. A deputy checked with the other subject who stated that she did borrow the car and will be happy to return it.
well, that's a good outcome. So it wasn't stolen after all.
Very true.
Deputies responded to a suspicious lawnmower on the side of Pumpkin Bend Road. The push mower was taken into custody and is being stored at the HCSO. What do you do when you take a lawnmower into custody? Do you put a handcuff on it? Do you get it at gunpoint? Like, how do you take it into custody? That
Do you
sounds
put it
like
in
it's
the back
alive.
seat?
It's alive.
Probably take
Like,
the gas out of it so he
take
can't
it-
operate illegally.
But that
Well.
term, take it into custody. It was a suspicious lawnmower.
Suspicious. It happens
It
every
was
day.
acting suspiciously.
Yes, and they took it into custody. They made a arrest. Here's a good one. A man on Old Mount Hebron Road reported a woman borrowed his van to buy illegal drugs and food, but did not return it. That's the least of their worries.
This is true.
Here's a one, I can't believe this. A woman on Nancy Drive reported someone stole a tube of mascara from her residence. And
She called the police.
she called the police and had them
If
get
I
them.
had to call the police every time I mislaid mascara or toothpaste, those poor police would be getting calls from me all the time.
This is one that needs more information.
Okay.
A man on William Street reported a woman stole 11 of his cats.
Stole 11 of his cats.
What's the first question that comes to your mind?
Why did he have 11 cats?
And how many does he have left? If it was only 11 of them that were stolen, does he have 50 more?
111? I don't know.
Why in the world would anybody want more than 1 or 2 cats anyway?
Oh, I love cats. I don't know.
Dogs? You like dogs?
I love dogs. I love all animals.
We love
This one,
animals too.
this is one that they should have written a thank you note instead of calling the police.
Okay. An officer was dispatched to a residence on Rome Street in reference to a burglary that had already occurred. A woman stated that someone entered the residence and took the trash out.
Now, see,
And
okay.
she called the police.
And she called
She
the
called
police.
the police. Makes sense.
Sometimes you think you would love for somebody to take your trash, but nobody would, right? In your household, maybe in her household, nobody ever took the trash.
So
maybe
she
her
was
husband
so
or her
startled.
sons.
Oh, somebody has
She was
broken into
so
my house.
startled.
And
Couldn't
took
be
my
them.
trash out.
She thought
It couldn't
somebody
be
had
him.
taken it
And
out.
what did she do? She
Called the police. Here's a good one. A woman on Bible Baptist Church Road reported an altercation between her daughter and son regarding a can of wieners.
Fighting over beanie
wieners.
wieners.
Her children are fighting over beanie weenies, and what she do?
Call
Calls
the
the police.
Makes perfect sense.
That is sad.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, speaking of excitement with the police, and
Yeah.
did you see the helicopter in town the
No,
other day?
yes, I did.
All that commotion, traffic
was
was
yellow.
stopped. Yellow helicopter?
Why was it yellow?
I don't
It's
know.
from
Maybe that was the
University of
only.
Georgia.
It looked like a Georgia Tech or LSU
It
one.
did.
I
It sure
think
did.
that was the only color helicopter they had to
That was
fly that
available.
day.
Well, that may be true.
But
that
the
was exciting.
University of Georgia Bulldogs football coach came to Hart County High School.
Something else.
Talking
isn't it?
about talking to some of the boys on the team about
Isn't that
coming to play
wonderful?
there.
Trying to recruit them. Talented young men and women that go to Hart County High School.
Isn't that wonderful?
We were, that particular day, we had parked. We like to walk up and down, the Athens Street or Gibson Street. We happened to be walking by the middle school when Coach Kirby flew in the helicopter. And
We
Hart-
were kind of afraid at first.
Oh, well,
Like maybe
you were
they
from
were-
Texas and you left under suspicious
Maybe they were.
Well, I wouldn't say that, Tina. We just kind of got out of it real quick.
Okay.
And so we ducked in to Franklin Insurance. It was partially because we were scared about the helicopter,
Yeah.
but also we needed to find a policy that would cover our goat business.
And prawns.
And
Please
prawns.
Cut goats, prawns, and our home and everything.
A bundled.
Multiple line policy. And
The sweetest girl.
sweetest lady, Teresa Neese, have you met
Oh, yeah,
her?
I know Teresa. I go to
nice.
church with
Sweet
Teresa.
lady, and she turned us on to a special new place. It's in the Rock Springs community, and Teresa said that on Friday night she moonlights
Oh,
at this new place called the Lake House Tavern.
okay.
And
Lake
one of-
House Tavern.
Lake House
It's
Tavern.
real good food, and they have live entertainment.
Live entertainment. A nice fella recently moved here. His name's Brian Highsmith, and he is running the Lake House Tavern there in the Rock Springs community.
Wonderful. We'll
you-
have to go try that.
Have to go try that. And speaking of entertainment, when we went, Hartwell's most famous, there's two really famous musicians in Hartwell.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Coughlin, he's
Yes,
been on your
yes,
show,
he
hasn't
has.
he?
Mhm,
There's
with Wayne
actually
Bailey,
three. The more I think about it, the more famous musicians there are.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of good ones.
A lot of good musicians.
There's a drummer. He also has got a DJ business. We call him DJ Bill Pratt. He's
yeah,
a talented
Bill Pratt,
drummer.
Yeah.
Steve Coughlin.
Yeah.
John Atkinson.
Yes,
Rocker
John Atkinson. He
was
played
playing.
at the Southern Heart Brewery the other night.
He did. He played there for the first time ever. He enjoyed it. Put on a good
He
show
did.
for folks.
Now,
really good.
now I heard that Bill Pratt's band, he's in a band with some other people that
Called
are real talented people.
Deep Fried. That's
They're
the
going to
name
have
of it.
Love that name.
Well, I heard that you were in that band.
Are you in the band?
Well, I heard they're going to be,
It's a
y'all are going to
fundraiser.
be playing a fundraiser coming up in
That's
May
right. We are.
at
we are.
Chichichi.
At Chinky Cheese?
That's right. We are. at
Katichi. Katichi.
Yeah, and
To
it's
benefit-
open. Is it open to the
It
public?
is. It is.
How much is it to get in?
I believe it's $15 a head, and the charity that it is benefiting is Toughest Kids Foundation.
Toughest Kids.
Wow, and
those
isn't
are
that with
Toughest
dealing
Kids?
with children that are in the foster program?
I believe it's aging out of the foster program.
Oh,
yes.
wow,
And
how
Charlie
great.
and Kelly
Well, we're going to
Shells.
have to go. We're going to have to get us
Yes,
a ticket.
That's fun.
Could
That's
we just go right up to
Oh, sure.
Katichi and
Yeah.
Katichi and get it? We're going to get us some tickets and go.
We-
Will
we
they
have
have
got to go.
dancing? Do you
Oh,
think they'll
yeah.
have dancing?
Oh, yeah. A lot of dancing.
Well, I've heard that Bill Pratt is some kind of good looking.
handsome fella, and I believe he just recently retired, so maybe him and his beautiful wife can travel a little bit.
That would be nice.
He's a talented fellow,
He's an
that
excellent
Bill Pratt.
drummer,
And I was going to mention one other very famous musician. She's plays the fool out of the piano, and she's an incredible singer. Kate Hobson.
Kate Hobson was on the show a few weeks
with
ago.
her mama Susan.
Yeah.
Sweet folks.
Yeah.
And
darling person.
they just got back Monday night from New York City, and
Right.
Kate and her production sold out Carnegie Hall in New York
that
City.
Oh my
Something.
goodness. that's a
Standing
big
room
deal.
Little
only.
girl from Hartwell, Georgia.
Isn't that wonderful? That is great.
And she's a heck of a soccer player too.
Yes, I have heard that. That's great. Who
What
else
else?
do you know? Anybody else?
Oh, you were talking about the benefit on May the 10th at Katichi. I met we met Cowboy Bill and Lynn Simpson. They just moved right there close to Katichi.
Okay.
He's a
I don't
horseman.
know. Okay.
And
They're real sweet.
Okay.
super nice folks. We feel so blessed that so many wonderful people are moving here to this community to get away from the craziness of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And the other folks that we met with the Dancing Gardens place.
Oh yeah, that's Janine and Theo
Derleth.
Derleth. Yeah.
They got
Janine's on
they
the
got
show.
a multifaceted, multi-pronged business plan too.
Yes, they do.
got dancing lessons, they got a wedding venue, they've got
Art stuff.
studio. They
Their
just got-
youngin' is a blacksmith moving.
Yeah, he's going to be moving here hopefully sometime.
Wonderful.
They just got so much going on out there.
Isn't
and
that
they're
great?
real sweet people. real
They are
sweet
nice people. And Janine was on the show not long ago and
She
talked
was
about
with the-
traveling around and judging ballroom dancing competitions.
She was one of them
Rockettes.
high-kicking rocket gals. wasn't
Rocket.
she?
And the chorus line.
Broadway.
I wish I had had the opportunity to try out for the Rockettes because I know I would have made it when I was in
Yes.
school.
Well, maybe it's not too late.
No, I think they have an age limit.
Oh, okay.
And a height limit.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't be very tall. You have to be the same size as
You do?
everybody else.
Oh,
Yeah. They
well.
can't have like everybody's size, real cute little petite girls and then a big old tall girl.
Oh.
That would look funny.
Well, the other
Have to look
day,
uniform.
Oh, yeah.
The other day, we were doing a test drive of one of the dogs that we're trying to adopt. We were walking a test walk, I guess
Test
you should
walk,
say.
okay.
And we were walking this sweet little dog on Athens Street, and we ran into that nice man who was the dam operator again, Sonny Knighton. And Mr. Sonny,
The dam, like the dam on
the
the lake.
Hartwell Dam,
Okay.
you remember?
Okay.
Making the
I
lake.
do. I do.
Well, Mr. Sonny was red in the face. He had steam just boiling out of his ears,
He was so mad.
mad as a snake
Hi.
about the traffic going 90 mile an hour up and down Athens
Oh,
Street.
and there's a lot of traffic in
Tractor trailers running wide open
Oh,
up and
dear.
down,
What can we do?
driving over manhole covers, rattling the doors.
Yeah.
It's not safe to walk up and down the sidewalk on
right?
Athens Street for the traffic.
Well, it's a 25 mile an hour. I guess people don't pay attention to that.
Well, I don't
speed
know
limit.
why the police don't go out there instead of all this business and do something about it. Like get out there and
Because they're
with
being
one of them
called
radar
to-
guns.
Yeah, because they're
believe it.
being called.
They
to
can't do
people's
it
house.
because their job because they're looking at this woman who on Mount Olivet Road that reported she'd been arguing with her ex-husband and slapped him to calm him down, and then he threw a Downy softener ball at her, and she called the police. Lord have mercy.
You never know. You never know. So Mr. Knighton, he was pretty upset about
Yeah,
that
I can-
traffic, and,
I can certainly
rightly
understand.
so. Rightly
Yeah,
so. I hope
yeah.
City Council will help him out with
Well,
that
I
problem.
do too.
I think they need to put some blinkety lights out there to slow people down, and they need to put a blinkety light right before you get to Dressing Dreams, because I have come this close to back ending somebody because I'm driving and I see the car in front of me is going and I'm right in front of the store and I can't help it. I got
You
to
can't
look.
help it. You
so
have to
I
look.
Stop. I slow down way down and look over at the dresses, and then by the time I look back up, the car in front of me is doing the same thing, and I'm like, slam on the brakes. I've come so close.
I saw someone take down the tree in front of CVS, and I I know it's because they were
looking at those gorgeous gowns.
You cannot help
can't
yourself.
help it. You got to stop. Now I'm just going to pull over and just stop and gawk a while.
At least once a week you
Yes,
need to,
well,
because they change
changed
it out.
them so much.
Do you
Maybe
know-
if they would leave them a while, we would get bored with it. We wouldn't look every time and almost have a rear end.
But we enjoy it.
It's
Did
so
you
pretty.
know that they sell to 26 states?
We heard that there's always a different plate from a different state in that parking
yeah,
lot.
they do.
Texas
need
even.
some blinkety
Texas
lights in
even.
front of that.
Does
Even
say
Texas,
slow
right?
down if you're going to look. Maybe they could have a little pullover lane to stop, like
A
what do they?
decel lane.
What do they have those on the when you're driving somewhere scenic overlook, dress overlook?
Yeah, you could have a dressing
That's a
dreams
brilliant
overlook.
idea.
It's a good
It
idea.
is a
I'm
good
gonna call the
idea.
mayor and
I
say,
think it's a
could y'all
great.
put a little dress overlook? So
I
people
think
won't
that's a
wreck.
wonderful idea.
what we can
You know,
do.
you should run for office. Have you thought about running for city council?
Well, that would be fun.
Yes, I think you should.
Well, I don't know. Do they argue all the time?
Well, sometimes.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that, but I can't do that
you
because
have
we don't
good
live in
ideas.
we don't live in the city.
Oh, well.
That's
then
true.
that
Yeah, you got
option
to live
is
in the
not
city, and
there
I don't
yet.
want to move right now.
And not to give
'Cause we
away
got-
where we have moved
No,
to,
no.
but we have also got some other new folks to Hartwell.
Okay.
Our next door neighbors at the lake.
Okay.
Can't tell you where,
Oh.
but Colonel Ted Orville and his wife Jan, they got a sweet little dog named Buddy.
Have you met him?
I have not. Oh.
The Colonel, as we like to call him, he retired as a full bird colonel, career man with the Army. He was a
Wow.
pilot in the Army.
Wonderful.
Did 3 tours in Vietnam.
Oh, goodness.
Awarded the Bronze Star twice, Purple Heart twice, and the Silver Star. True American hero, and he is our next door neighbor.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's
Well,
like
I
having
hope to
somebody.
meet
He's
him.
not the one that had the trampoline.
No, different neighbor. That,
Different neighbor.
Trampoline people are on the other side.
Okay, okay. Well, I'm glad you
if
cleared
it was
that up.
him, he probably wouldn't have minded. He probably maybe we could have gotten him out there to do the
Yeah, we
wrestling.
He might be a fan.
reenactments. Maybe he would be more interested in doing that with you sometime. Since Timmy don't live here, little Timmy.
They are
lives in
just so
Texas.
excited to finally be retired,
Yeah.
and they get out there on their pontoon boat and maybe have a glass of wine, take that
Nice.
little dog Buddy out there with
Oh,
them,
that's
have
nice.
a big time. Wonderful, wonderful folks.
That is great. And who else? Anybody else you've met? I know you've met a lot of people.
We met the Durleths. We
Yeah.
talked about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, I think you played pickleball at the Y. Did I see you
I've
there
been
one
trying
day?
it. It was real funny. You know how I heard about pickleball?
No.
Well, when I was in the Hang It Up gallery with Diane and Kathy. Kathy plays pickleball and Diane doesn't. I didn't know what pickleball was, but she said something about coming to pickled ball. And I thought, sounds like some kind of food, but I'm always
Or
into food.
do you drink until you
Actually-
get pickled and then you play ball?
Played ball.
I didn't know what it was,
Get
but we
pickled
were
and play ball, I don't know.
we went into that restaurant next 2 doors in that Market 50.
Market 50, yeah.
And I had a
fine
sandwich.
sandwiches.
I had a sandwich and it had that much meat. It was like a Texas-sized
Oh.
turkey sandwich. It's so cool because you get a little bag and you write your name on it and you put what you want on it, and that bag is what your sandwich is put in. So then
Clever.
when your sandwich is made, they call your name out and you go get it and you pay for it. And we went back in the gallery to eat. They invited me to eat lunch with them.
That was nice.
Well, we went in there, and she was talking about pickleball.
Well, Kathy Bryant is an excellent
Well, she
pickleball
invited
player.
me, and I went out there, and then I met this man named Leonard, and he
Yeah.
gave us a little lesson, and there were some other people that were new, never played it, and told us a little bit about why it's called pickleball. It's named after somebody's dog. And so we got our little lesson, and then he walked me over to the court where the people that were that were playing the game for sure. And we got out there, and then the first person that was helping me, I was playing with her, and her name is Helene Brown.
Yes, Helene
And so
Brown's a
we're
good
playing,
pickleball
and she
player.
kept saying, "Bounce, Tiffany, bounce." And so I'm bouncing around, and I'm thinking, is this a strategy? And I'm bouncing around, and she goes, "Bounce." And so then Kathy Bryant saw it, what I was doing, and she comes almost running over there. She goes, "No, you got to let the ball bounce twice before you hit it." And I'm like, well, that makes sense. I didn't know why I was
Who'd have
bouncing
known?
all over the court, with my racket, with my paddle like this. So anyway, Kathy stood there and she helped me for
She
the
was
rest of
coaching.
the morning. She
Well,
was
that's
standing
nice.
there helping me and giving me some pointers
very
and
nice.
telling me, you know, things like, get out of the kitchen. And I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? But it's like, you can't go in front of that line unless your ball bounces first.
That's right.
That's the
So-
kitchen.
That's the kitchen.
That's called the kitchen. And so she was giving me all the pointers because I knew how to hit the ball. And I think Leonard had already told us that, but it didn't really sink in.
Well, there are a
quite
lot of rules.
that first time.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was real fun, and the nicest people
Yeah.
are on that, out involved at that with the
Eddie
YMCA.
McCurley and Joby Scruggs came to the show a few months ago and talked about pickleball.
Well,
So-
it's just real fun, and it's like all different kinds of people out there.
Oh, yeah,
And
all
they were all
ages.
real nice to
Yeah.
me, and they were like,
levels.
"Come back."
Speaking of that pickleball, our other neighbor, the bus lady, as we like to call her, Kim Schlegel and her husband
Oh,
Tom.
yeah.
Kim is we heard that she plays the pickleball.
and she's
know.
lovely. Kim
does
and
she
her
play-
husband Tom.
She's the bus lady.
The bus lady. And
Bus
she does
lady
drive
drives
a
a,
bus.
drives a big
And
old
loves
bus.
her kids.
Big
Yes.
yellow bus.
Loves
Yes.
her
They
kids.
got 3 sweet little dogs
Isn't
too.
that
Yeah, they do.
Sonny and JoJo and
What's the
and the other one barks. He's new to them, but
Yeah.
they got sweet little dogs. They're
that's
wonderful
nice.
neighbors.
Yeah, they're real sweet.
What are your plans? You've had the holidays since I've seen you, and then summer's coming up pretty soon. So do you
Oh,
have
and
any
what do we
plans for the
have
summer?
tomorrow?
Valentine's.
Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
We love Valentine's Day
We were thinking of going to Market 50 for Valentine's Day.
for lunch.
Or
Then we go
Chicago's
somewhere-
or downtown.
Well, we'll
That's
go,
true.
We'll go, well, on
Katisha?
Valentine's, it's one of our favorite holidays, so we go somewhere for breakfast.
Okay.
So we might go to
Huddle House or Dairy Queen
Yeah, someplace like that, or we might
Mary's?
we might go on out
Mary's
to
Kitchen?
Yeah,
Mary's
or
Kitchen.
maybe if it's nice, we'll go to Waldrop's.
Oh,
By
yeah.
boat.
South
Yeah, by
Carolina.
boat. Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
And,
It's on the Carolina side.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
it's real fun.
Yeah.
We might go there, and then we'll go to Market 50 for lunch, and then we'll go somewhere else for dinner.
So you'll eat out 3 times.
yeah, we do
on
on Valentine's.
And we were just so disappointed. We lost a big avenue for our prawn business.
Oh,
It's good and bad. So happy to see Brian and Judy Burris retire.
That's right.
And just I
but you were
cried
talking
and
about
cried.
making a pitch to them about your prawn business.
Yeah, because
Well-
we got that cove right there that we could have
Yeah.
done something kind of,
Yeah.
you know.
They closed the Swamp Bar to retire and
Isn't it
enjoy
wonderful
each
for
other.
them, though?
Yeah.
But we heard that there's a new place coming.
Yeah.
It's
We're kind
called
of confused about what it is.
Yeah,
the name of it is the
Racks.
Racks?
Racks.
Like, what is
Racks,
it?
and we thought it might have something to do with like deer antlers. Rack.
That's on the logo, but what are they doing? Are they serving deer, or is it like racks like a pool hall, or is it racks like a
Maybe.
strip
We'll have to
club?
find out some more
I don't
information.
know
Topless
about
bar?
that.
I hope not.
I think that would be a topless bar, but I don't know.
Well, I don't
But
know.
it'll be interesting to see when they open. That'll be
Yeah,
fun.
they're supposed to open this summer. Maybe
Yeah.
we could stop by there one day and find out, and then we could call Tina and she could
Yeah.
In the Tahoe Tri-Tune.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
go right up in that
It's a
cove.
pontoon boat. We could come pick y'all up.
Okay. And then what do you call it?
It's a Tahoe, and it's a
a
tri-tune.
pontoon
tri-tune
boat. It's
Tahoe?
We only
a
have
tri-tune. The make is a
take-
Tahoe, and it's a
Okay.
tri-tune.
I like it. Okay. That's good. That is great. What else this summer? Anything else? Are you going to launch anything? You
We
got
gotta-
little Timmy coming up? Anything?
Well, he comes when he can, scoot
Yeah,
out of
he's
town
busy.
and scoot right back. But we
Yeah.
probably gonna go on some vacations
Oh.
and things like that. Go see our cousins and our grandma aunt. Our grandma is Timmy's grandma. He calls her grandma aunt, and I call her Aunt Grandma because she's my aunt.
Oh.
But she's his
She's
grandma.
kin. She's kin to both of us.
We met at the family reunion, and so we got a lot of kin that are kin
In common.
folks. Yeah, they're in common. It makes a real
In common kin.
yeah, we have some in common kin, but like second generation.
Well, yeah,
and all,
sure.
That's fine.
Forward,
But
once
we were
removed
told,
or whatever.
yeah, we were told that was okay. But anyway, we're going to see Grandma Aunt or Aunt Grandma, depending on
Aunt
who it
Grandma.
is that's talking, and then we'll see the cousins because we got all these cousins
Oh,
that
yeah,
are
you gotta
common
see
cousins.
Yeah.
They're here,
That's
Chris
gonna
cousins
be
and
fun.
my cousins.
Well, maybe in another few months, y'all will come back on and tell us about your summer. And
Oh,
how,
we would love to.
Yeah.
We would love
And in the
to.
meantime, I hope you have a wonderful holiday.
Valentine's
Happy Valentine's Day.
You have a good Valentine's Day.
Thank you. And thank y'all for coming on so much.
Thank you so much for having us for the second time.
Thanks for joining us this week, and we'll see you again next week on Community Conversations.